Hello and welcome to Always Bored Never Boring. I thought I would get a head start on October by rounding up some of the most recent news in the board gaming sphere that has caught my eye. Starting with a newish game that might be something worth checking out if you are wandering past a Warhammer store. It's Space Marine 2 Recruit Edition from Games Workshop, which went on sale on Saturday the 28th of September 2024. Earlier this year, Games Workshop released a retailer-locked board game called Space Marine the Board Game. If you were in the US, you could grab that in a Target. Now, a revised edition of that game with extra goodies is getting a wider release. It won't be coming to your favourite online store or local game store, it won't even be available on the Warhammer online store. It's an in-store exclusive designed to encourage footfall on the high street. And naturally, while it contains some miniatures that will appeal to seasoned players, the target market appears to be casual noobs who might have played the video game and want to get a better idea of what the tabletop hobby side of the franchise is all about. The game pits Lieutenant Titus against a horde of Tyranids in a series of small skirmishes, so don't expect too much from the gameplay other than an introduction to throwing dice and measuring for movement. But you do get a decent amount of stuff in the box. You get the Lieutenant Titus miniature, which admittedly isn't Games Workshop's nicest work, but is in demand, 10 termagants, a Ripper Swarm, dice, tokens, a measuring ruler, a paper battle mat, 5 pots of paint, a starter brush, and some side cutters. The retail price is £42.50, and because you can only get it in a Warhammer store, you're not really going to find it anywhere else with discounts. And that price is probably a little steep for a simple 30-minute skirmish game containing 12 miniatures. That said, I have already heard stories of many Warhammer stores selling out on the Saturday the game launched, so it looks like it's selling well. Although, I do have to wonder how many copies will end up in the hands of new tabletop gamers. Another new product that has just hit retail is the shiny new 3rd edition of the tabletop wargame Bolt Action from Warlord Games. It's written by Alessio Cavatore, who worked on previous editions and is well known for the years he spent at Games Workshop working on Warhammer and the excellent Lord of the Rings tabletop game. The 3rd iteration of the popular World War II battler has been refined and updated. Alessio stated his intention was to maintain the essence of his favourite game while working towards a seamless experience where players could focus on their next move rather than focusing on the rules. There are also new rules for army selection and a new scenario generator. You can order the hardback rulesbook right now, and if you order from Warlord Games Direct, you will also receive a web store exclusive special miniature, Francis S. Curry, the legendary US soldier who was awarded the Medal of Honor after his incredible deeds during the Battle of the Bulge in December 1944. The miniature is made in resin and comes with 2 weapon options. Moving away from retail news now, we have some crowdfunding campaigns to discuss. Of course we do. Thanks to Modifius, it's time to pack your luggage and take a journey to Ankh-Morpork for your first look at the brand new Discworld role-playing game. This new adventure system is heading to Kickstarter on the 15th of October 2024, and you can sign up now to be notified on launch. Additionally, you can download a free Quick Start PDF that covers the core rules and provides a short introductory adventure with 5 pre-generated characters so you can experience the game firsthand before committing to a pledge. In the adventure, you will play a group of watchmen solving a case of stolen baby dragons, all while trying to avoid unnecessary paperwork. I did get a copy of the Quick Start PDF, but I admit I haven't had a chance to look at it, and at the moment I'm not convinced I would really want to roleplay in Terry Pratchett's whimsical world. I love the Discworld novels and I grew up reading them, but I'm not sure roleplaying in that universe appeals to me. It's a great setting for board games though, and I'm interested to know what else Modifius intend to do now they have the rights to the setting. Moving on, I have a quick update on Bardsung from Steamforged Games. You may recall a few weeks ago I mentioned there was going to be a new GameFound campaign for a revised core set called Bardsung Tale of the Forsaken Glade. This is a standalone game rather than an expansion and will incorporate numerous revisions to the game mechanisms to streamline and enhance the experience for new and existing players. You can get the lowdown on some of the new additions to the rules by checking out Steamforged Games designer diaries online. The most recent news is that Steamforged Games have now announced the GameFound campaign will go live on the 22nd of October, and they have already been showcasing some renders of new enemies that look incredible. If you sign up for the campaign prior to launch and subsequently make a pledge, you are also entitled to a free gift, so if this looks like something you might be interested in, it's worth signing up now. Next, we have a couple of games that are in the final stretch of their crowdfunding journeys. First is Dungeons of the Oak Dell, a roll and write dungeon plunge. For the sake of full disclosure, I did collaborate with the creators 2 Acorns Games and made a preview video before the Kickstarter campaign launched. If you missed that video, I will link to it in the video description below. The game is already fully funded, having attracted well over 900 backers and amassing over £12,000 in pledges. Not too shabby at all. By the time this video goes live, there will be just a few hours left before the project ends, so if this does sound interesting to you, maybe swing by the campaign for a closer look. There is also a much larger, grander campaign that is just entering its final 2 days over on GameFound. It's Heroes of Might and Magic 3 from good friends of the channel Archon Studio. This campaign is huge, having already raised over £3.3 million. It offers backers a chance to jump into the game for the first time or increase their existing collection with a range of new expansions. Pledge options range in scale from just what you need to get started playing all the way up to mammoth pledges containing 13 boxes of goodies. Where the heck would you even put it all? I am not backing this particular campaign myself, but I have backed numerous Archon projects in the past, most recently the Masters of the Universe Battleground project, and I'm a fan of the company in general. I'm always very happy with their work. And it seems they have been exceptionally busy recently because they have also shared some more news regarding their forthcoming rank and file tabletop wargame, Heroes of Might and Magic Battles, which will be going up for pre-order in 2025. One of the most eye-catching aspects of this new game is that it's the work of 2 giants in the industry, Jervis Johnson and Andy Chambers, both formerly of Games Workshop. For battles, they have combined their creative might to produce what Archon are promising will be an innovative system that revolutionises the way people play wargames. We don't know a whole lot just yet, but there will be an initiative system where elite units with high morale will be able to seize control of the turn, allowing for counter-manoeuvres. Army building will be handled with kingdom cards, which will determine your hero, faction, and what kind of reinforcements you have access to. And speaking of reinforcements, it seems there will be a resource point system where you can spend a few points to bring in small units or save them up, risking everything for the late arrival of a larger secondary force. Heroes will, of course, play a big part. They will have unique abilities and spells, and they will ride into battle ahead of armies arranged on movement trays that hold 2 large beasts, 3 cavalry, or 5 infantry. These trays can be ranked up to create larger units. It does all sound rather exciting. But for me, I think my days of rank and file games are well behind me. The thought of painting ranks of infantry doesn't get me too excited, and while I do enjoy pushing around large wedges of troops, I am much more into skirmish games these days, like the aforementioned Masters of the Universe Battleground and the brilliant Moonstone. So, Heroes of Might and Magic Battles is probably going to be something I skip, but I will be keeping an eye on it, if only because of the pedigree of the designers. And finally, I wanted to briefly mention something completely different. To celebrate the 50th anniversary of Dungeons & Dragons, Wizards of the Coast have decided to release a commemorative album called Bardic Inspiration, a musical journey through the Forgotten Realms. Created by composer Michael Gatt, it comprises 12 original tracks, each representing a part of the Forgotten Realms. The album comes out this autumn. I don't have an exact date at the moment, and while you will be able to pick up a collector's double vinyl edition, there will also be a digital edition and a Dolby Atmos edition, so you can completely immerse yourself in sound during your gaming sessions. But I think that just about wraps it up for now. While there is much more news in the world of tabletop gaming, this was my attempt to gather together all of the stuff that was most interesting to me. I hope it was interesting to you too, and if it was, you will find some helpful links in the video description below. And of course, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please consider pressing the like button. If you really liked the video, please consider subscribing if you don't already do so, and hopefully, I will see you all again very soon. Bye bye everyone. Bye bye.